let's talk about this, the formula shortage. Okay.
Yeah.
This is something that a lot of you know about, and this is something that affects families across the country, myself included, and is a real opportunity, like we just talked about the abortion issue, to discuss this, particularly with mothers of new children. It just starts with the question, why? Invariably, someone's bitching about it, right? They're like, I can't believe this food shortage. I can't believe this formula shortage. Why do you think that is? And there, to be fair, there are quite a few reasons as to why, but the overall reason is, of course, inept government and red tape, and there's a problem can be created by a business, and then the government can make it worse.
Well, and it's never been extremely cost effective or abundant ever, really.
Right? Yeah. Baby formula.
Yeah.
Well, it's tough to compete with America's favorite gland, the bitty
gland. Yeah, that's what I meant.
Free the boobs.
Yep.
Free the boobs.
So America's shortage may be the worst yet, and it has mothers that are struggling to feed their children.
I know.
Taylor Miller can't allow even a drop of formula to go to waste.
So you're rationing formula?
Rationing formula. Yeah. Never did I think I would ever be rationing
Come on, fix the
formula.
ponytail. You're on air.
Baby.
The Katy, Texas mom now feeds daughter Magnolia 2 ounces every 2 hours instead of 4 ounces every 4. In hopes of avoiding leftovers, she might have to throw out because it's spoiled.
Or literally waste a whole tank of gas in a day trying to find formula and maybe only find 1 can.
Hey, why is gas expensive? 43% of the popular brands of formula are out of stock.
Wow.
And in January through July 2021, the rate was between 2 and 8%. Between November 21 and April 22, the rate rose from 11% to 31%. So 6 states, half of all baby formula was sold out during the last week of April. You have Texas, Tennessee, Missouri, South Dakota, North Dakota, Iowa. And yesterday, actually, one of our producers here went to, so I've been looking online and stopping by stores, but our producer, and he happened to film it, which really I should have been thinking about that. He went to 6 stores looking for formula. He went to Target, he went to Kroger, he went to Tom Thumb, he went to Walmart, he went to CVS, he went to Bye Bye Baby. I didn't even know they sold formula at Bye Bye Baby.
They do.
I just thought they sold very overpriced strollers and bassinets.
Also that.
They sell formula. Yeah. There you go. They also sell lead paint chips to make the formula go further.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's like a thickener.
To help you get rid of the one you don't want.
So this is our producer going to the stores, and you can see, because this is one thing, too, when people would show barren shelves, right? Yeah. Early on, the media would say, that's not really true. That's not a Biden thing. That was from an old video. This was taken yesterday, or the day before yesterday. I think this was yesterday, exactly.
Yeah.
You can see the shelves. They were extremely low on supply. Here's what it looked like at 6 stores.
Ridiculous prices.
Yeah. I know this one is fairly decent. I don't know if you're... This one's pretty good.
There's Nutrimogen there. That's what I use.
Wow.
He could have picked that up for me.
What a dick.
What?
Oh.
Jeez.
Glassed off like a diamond necklace. Or pie.
In the corner, there's the Nutrimogen. That's what I use. I haven't been able to find it anywhere. I went to like 9 stores. Lane, get in here. Ginger Snap.
Does he have to come in?
He has to come in.
Okay,
Yes, he absolutely has to come in. Did you see that?
I use the same thing for my son.
For crying out loud.
Get in the chair, Lane. Get in the chair.
You saw that there? You know that's what we use? Did you see in the video? Play the video again just for the first, so he has to watch. You watch what happened.
What am I looking for? Ridiculous prices.
Hold on a second. Yeah. Then we go right past there. Nutrimogen! There you go. That's enough, Tim. That's enough.
That's it.
There was Nutrimogen right there. Just what's wrong with you?
With the cigarettes again.
It's my thing now. I think I want to make it my thing.
Are we smoking now?
No.
I just want to flick the cigarettes.
Right.
So tell me what happened. You said one employee even told you, actually.
Yeah, so actually at Target, the first store, I ran into 2 people. The first lady said she was searching for formula for her friend in Iowa.
Jill Biden was there.
Yes.
The first lady.
Sorry.
Second lady.
Okay. Former
so
second
she said
lady.
she was looking for a friend in Iowa, and then I met this man who was shopping for his baby. He said he'd been to 5 stores, couldn't find any, and most of the formula he'd been getting recently, he was ordering from Europe.
Right.
Which is technically illegal. And like at CVS, they had these things. So basically...
Coupons?
Yeah.
That's like Jingle All the Way, a Turbo Man.
Yeah, you get it.
It's
Turbo Man.
Where's the Turbo Man? Are you under the impression there's a Turbo Man here in the studio? We said someone would get one eventually. What I have here is a gift certificate.
Except the beatings are still funnier
Yes.
than Sinbad.
Yes, they are.
It's a great movie. Underrated. Top 5 Christmas.
Actually, it's not, for a holiday movie with a kid,
It's not
I
bad.
agree.
Yeah.
It's
It's not
good.
bad.
It's a fun one.
But at CVS, they had, when you went to the formula section, they had these things that said, "Oh, available at the front checkout." So I'm thinking, okay, they just have them locked up or something.
Yeah.
And you go back there and you're like, okay, can I get some of these? They're like, oh no, we don't actually have any of those.
Oh, well, that's how you get those Best Buy robbers. I mean, I can't blame them. Like, I'm just saying, if you ransacked the front, I wouldn't blame you. But I'm going to dock your pay for the formula you didn't pick up. There are a couple of reasons here. Yes, a company screwed up. I want to be clear about that. But we have major supply chain issues as well, and this is not the fault of one company with contamination. So manufacturers are having difficulty, sort of procuring raw ingredients. So like cow's milk, which is the base for many formulas, it's increasingly hard to come by. You guys know that. Packaging, labor shortages, also they've been contributing to this problem. Now, yes, there was a place, Abbott Laboratories, right? They're one of the places that produces a lot of formula.
Yeah.
And they had, okay. There's been an argument as to whether there was contamination or not. I don't want to get into that. Parents sued them. They claimed that it was contaminated with, I believe, a bacteria. When they searched the facility, they only found it in a place where nothing that actually would be shipped out would have had contact with it.
Yeah.
Regardless, Abbott voluntarily recalled a bunch of its product, including a lot of Similac formulas. That's a very popular formula for mothers out there. You guys can testify to that.
Another acid reflux one, too.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right,
Similac,
yeah.
yeah.
And they received complaints. It was, what was the bacteria? Chronobacter sakazaki?
Yeah,
Nice.
It's
You nailed it.
it's
What?
salmonella,
It's what?
like really similar to salmonella.
It's just that, so it's like the Wuhan flu of salmonella?
I would have called that Chronoback jet ski.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I would have called it Chronobacter Sea-Doo. Would have gone name brand. I don't know.
Wow.
Like
Bombardier.
Kleenex. So 5 infants. So let me give you the story that the media wants to give you, and then there's a little bit more to it. 5 infants, children, babies hospitalized after consuming the formula from Sturgis, Michigan. 2 died. Horrible.
Yeah.
That's why you see pictures like this when you go to the stores. You have these warnings. Now, here's the thing. It is a problem because, and this is what you see with big banks, you see it with airline companies, you see it with health insurance companies. The baby formula industry is dominated by a handful of companies. You see it with big tech as well. Really just 4 companies. There's Reckitt Beckinsale, there's Nestle, and there's Perrigo or Perigo. I don't necessarily know how it's pronounced. I don't really care. I don't like Italians. Now,
Hey.
that's why I don't like them.
See, right there. That.
Always got to make their voice heard on something. So anytime you look at an industry, you go, okay, look, I understand, okay, this company screwed up. But why are there only a handful? How do you develop this monopoly, duopoly, tripopoly, or a quadopoly, whatever it is at this point? You don't see this in many industries. You don't see it with restaurants. You don't see it with even, like, for example, manufacturing equipment. You see it in a few selected, you see it with big banks, you see it with airlines, you see it with health insurance companies, you see it with big tech. You see it here. These are industries, the one commonality, that are incredibly heavily regulated. Now, to be clear, I know it sounds good. Oh, heavy regulation. If you believed that it actually worked, keep in mind, remember I told you that Abbott voluntarily recalled it? The FDA didn't catch it. The company recalled it after the harm was done, and then the FDA steps in and says, I recognize this fault. Everybody, look how good I am. And they're useless. And then they just make it more difficult and more expensive for other companies to make it into the marketplace and compete. So, 2021, parents were wanting to make individual choices, right, on baby formula. It was blocked by the FDA. And they cited insufficient amounts of iron for issuing. There was this recall that was issued for insufficient amounts of iron. There was a brand, HIP, I don't know what this means, Holly and Kendamil. They were part of a 76,000 unit recall. Okay, The FDA said there were insufficient amounts of iron.
Yeah. Well, so the FDA is kind of doing the job that they're supposed to be doing in that case. But then in other cases.
What if your family has a history of like hemochromatosis?
Yeah.
In other words, individual choice. You need to account for individual choices. It affects 1 in 300 white people, in which the body can build up too much iron in the skin, heart, liver, pancreas. By the way, this is something that's very well known. It's the reason that people's body it processes iron differently. I just gave blood yesterday because I have to keep an eye on it. I've always tended to have higher iron levels. Men's multivitamins, the only real difference is no iron, because women can excrete iron, men can't. We know what excess iron does to the body, and it's a pretty common problem. Parents should have the right to pick formula that is lower in iron. The FDA said, no, absolutely not. So they don't allow that choice. Okay. let's look at this too. The tariffs. There's 17.5% for infant formula coming in.
Jeez.
Now, Biden wants to ease tariffs on China, right? They're goods to reduce inflation now. What about easing tariffs on these other formulas? And by the way, a lot of baby formulas coming over from Europe. I don't know if we have this necessarily in the show map, but there was a bunch of formula that was coming in from Europe, Germany, and it didn't meet labeling laws.
Yeah. Specific
FDA labeling laws, which, by the way, you want to know how useless the FDA labeling laws are? Guess what? You can have food that can be within 10%. Which is a problem for the for the diabetic community, whether it's FDA, USDA. They have these in other words, you would accept it if you go, well, it's because our standards are far more stringent. No, it's not more stringent than Germany, where this formula is allowed. It's just because of a technicality. So in Europe, they can get access to this, but here in the United States, you can't. So we have tariffs. We want to ease it on China. Right now, when we need the formula, we don't allow Americans to make choices, and we put tariffs on the formula that would come in from Europe where it's perfectly acceptable and probably better than what we're getting from Abbott Laboratories. The point is, when you eliminate choice and you create all of this red tape, it makes the barrier to entry impossible, and so there is less competition. Occam's razor here. Do you think that all of the entire shortage of baby formula that affects all of you right now and children, which is probably why Republicans, conservatives are more concerned with it, because they want them to live.
Well, that's true.
True.
Do you think that it's affected because of one company, Abbott Laboratories, had a contamination, to a small degree? Or do you think that there's a shortage with formula for perhaps the same reason that there's been a shortage and inflation of everything? Now, this is more severe, but remember, when there were empty shelves not long ago, the media said, no, it's not happening. It's not true. Everybody who's been doing grocery shopping, and this is why I say talk with moms. Guess what?
Yeah.
If the moms are doing the grocery shopping in the house, they've seen the shelves. They've gone to, where do we go? Kroger, Tom Thumb, Target, Walmart, CVS. I've made those runs. We've seen them for ourselves. The media can only for so long say, don't believe your lying eyes and lying ears. They just never saw the formula shelves. Completely barren. So is it just because of one company and, corporation bad and they should be the target of our ire? Or is it just a more severe version of what we've been seeing for months? The commonality across the board is what? Is this administration? Is the government intervention? Is the policies that we have been enacting? And by the way, it's important to look at the contrast between then and now, 2 years ago, versus what you're seeing. The shelves were empty for a long time, depending on what it was, beef, milk, eggs. Take your pick in any given week. There was something that you couldn't find. Now it's formula. Look for the constant. Look for the pattern. Doesn't mean that corporations are blameless. Of course not. I'm not the party of big business. I'm not the party of small business. I'm the party of good business. I don't care how big you are, so long as you're not taking my tax dollars for subsidization and so long as you're not lying to me. Now, we know that everything might seem hopeless with all these endless government regulations, these incompetent companies making baby formula. They also shouldn't have Mr. Magoo on the factory line. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah, it's silly.
But our team did uncover one last reliable source. And this is actually research that came from Ginger Snap. He
uncovered this during
he did uncover this. We have an exclusive. This is our new segment, Street Beats, and we hope that it helps mothers in need.
Yeah, this is some good formula right here. Some good baby formula right here. Here comes a customer right now. Please step aside, camera crew. Cuckoo! Cuckoo! So, you were looking for some baby formula or something?
Yeah, man, I heard you got some of that baby formula with iron.
I got some baby formula with iron right here for you right now.
Oh, my baby's so hungry, man. Can I buy some, please?
Oh, your baby's so hungry right now? What, you got $5,000 for your baby's hunger?
$5,000, man. Come on, I'll give you like $200, please.
Oh, I don't got time for that kind of sad story. I need $5,000 for this pure baby formula.
Do you take jobs, or maybe jobs?
I'll do a job or job, but no job. Sorry, not into that.
Okay, get in.
All right.
All right. Would you mind holding my baby while I his?
Yeah, it's probably safer.
Yeah.
I guess for the kid. Yeah.
Just make sure she's not looking at me, okay?
Okay.
Things you do for family, you know? I'm actually going to pull over, okay, and feed her real quick. She's real hungry,
yeah,
right?
that's probably a good idea.
Let me just taste to make sure it's pure.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah.
Son of a bitch, this is cocaine.
Couple of notes. The hat isn't enough of a disguise, but your child will be productive as hell.
Yes, that's true. Up all night screaming.
Yes.
Well, and cleaning.
Yeah, cleaning. Also, buying more baby formula.
I needed a dad hat.
Yes.
So that's what I...
Watch Louder with Crowder live, Monday through Thursday, 10 a.m. Eastern.